Welcome again, everyone. Jerry's Old Guy Review. And you know what? We're not even going to classify this one. This video is for JRIPPER. And for basically every one of you who have wanted to see the HG back out on the table and on the trails. Well, we're getting ready. It got to 0 today. And it's going to warm up in the double digits all this week. So, I'm prepping the 802. The 801, that's the semi version, that has locked diffs. At least the rears are locked. With my 30 million weight gear oil from a Traxxas X-Max. The 802, this is that, my bad. This is the 803 because it has a lifting bed. So I've already started. These tire chains, which are pretty nice. These are from Extra Speed. And you get 4 chains in their kit. And they're held on with these microscopic things, these hooks. Now, they're only listing 1 set for sale right now. They had 2 when I first looked for them. And now, hold on one second. I have to go down because I got to move something. Because these have become the new puppy toys. They destroyed my box, and they seem to have an unusual for a dog tendency now to pull a row of these out and then pull the backing off the back of them. That's all they do. All it does is ruin them for me to install. So, these need to be relocated. And I'm just looking around. Let's just set them off to the side for right now. A lot of weight. So, because JRIPPER was asking me about tire chains, I decided, since I already started and I'm going to do, I didn't want to make a video doing all 8 because these are not quick. And unless you're like toe shifter, stay small RC, the mind's eye, those guys love working on little tiny things. Me, not so much. My fingers and nerves do not like this at all. And getting them started, getting them on in a good way, getting them so they look right with just one side hooked up. It's a pain. But conveniently, the way my last storm, my second from last storm was it rained. So I have one section in the back on the course that is horrible. It's a low spot, so the rain got there, and I'm fighting with this right now. The rain got there, and it puddled. So it made a nice icy section, which I'm trying to keep. I kept it covered during the cold spurt because one thing most people don't understand about Alaska is when it's really cold, it sucks all the moisture out of snow and the air. And if you have ice, it will actually start to disappear. just because it's basically evaporating. It's weird. It's science, not so awesome, you know, for a lot of people. But these tire chains, again, extra speed. You know, if you, see that? And then it just all came apart. Getting these little hooks on is going to be your hardest thing. Now, you can just squeeze the tires. I did do this the first year. I ran a mechanics wire around the center and then cinched it down. That helped. But, you know, that's a lot of waste of mechanics wire if you can get your needle nose. Yeah. I was going to make the video sooner. But after I did the first one and saw what a pain it was, I said, you know, I'd better try a second one just to see if I can get my technique down a little better. And it might have worked. Okay. I'm super squeezing. Got the two together. And then they've got a little, it's a hook on there, like a lanyard for your keys. Oh, there we go. But, like I was saying about the course, so I'm going to get to whip a corner and show you the difference between a vehicle that just has lock diffs on it compared to a vehicle that has tire chains. And there comes the heat. It doesn't know what to do with itself because it's nice. Well, nice by my standards. Oh, and getting these hooks. Yeah. If you guys like working on those little trucks, this is right up your alley. I don't. My right hand or my left hand works worse than my right. Oh. I got one on. So hopefully I can flip over to my left. Okay. Well, unfortunately that moves. Oh, no. Is it underneath? Oh, you sucker. Okay, why am I screwing with this? Where's my hook? Oh, there we go. As you can see, I am just getting whooped. Well, let me see. Now that I got that loosened, let me get that. Is that underneath? Did it twist? Yes, it did. There we go. Untwist it. There we go. Oh my gosh. This one is being worse than the other two. Okay, JRIPPER, you better appreciate this. Because I took these off last year and didn't. And didn't really plan on putting them back on. I was gonna rip this little puppy down, lube up the axle, or try to lock the axles on it like its other one, but I was gonna do them all. So it's a good comparo between only having 2 axles locked compared to all 4. Because if you don't have one of these HGs, I'm going to tell you right now, breaking them down, the body was enough of a job, but breaking down the rest of it to do, wheels and tires or any kind of under maintenance is a whole thing. There we go. So now you got to get that goofy little pin or little hook in there. But for some reason on these HG tires, it comes with little rubber bands to tighten it up like a real one does, like a full-size vehicle. But the way these go on, they go on beautiful. So, boom. And the joy of these trucks is you can keep all the spare bits in the back. Oh, I should put these other spare bits in there. And then boom. That one's on. Let's see. Without being tedious, let's see if we can do this one a little better. And I believe that is the bottom. You can do it that way. Dropping it from the top is the best. Because then you can get that first one hooked up, which, man, that one's so easy. But you put a little bit of tension on these things. Yeah. This is not going to be my jam much longer. My hands do not like this tiny stuff. Or it may just be the tiny stuff is just ridiculous. And I shouldn't like it. But these are not super big tires. And they say 114 millimeter. These are basically not going to work on, really big crawler tires. They're only going to work on smaller, still a 4-inch tire, so no way. No frigging way is this going to be no way. No frigging way. No way, I'm right there. But you gotta get... Sucker. You're right there. Will you just work with me? You gotta flick the switch, so to speak, on the bottom of that thing, or the back of it, to open it. That, I think, is my biggest thing. Oh. Okay, sorry if I completely just went out of view. Oh, yes! And boom! That one is done. Huh. Well, I'm not going to bore you with the rest, but if you want to check these out, where's my little... Oh. Extra Speed the company is Extra Speed. They're on A-Main. I'm sure there are other places too. But they make a lot of neat little stuff like recovery chains, that kind of stuff. So, you know, that might be something if you guys are looking for that kind of thing, you know, for your scale projects. But the chains are actually pretty durable. And, you know, you want a functional chain that actually is, you know, a lot of this detail. That's why I don't do a lot of the detail stuff. I don't really find that I want to waste money on, you know, something that is just for looks. You know, if it comes with something else I bought, I'll think about it, but I've gotten a few of these chains, and I've got them. I got one on the heavy haul, right, or the ultimate hauler, and man, that thing works. And boom. See, now, when you're a super dork and you have something like this, so you want to work on the wheels and tires, you know, make a little... This actually is for the six-wheelers too. So then that way I can leave it on the bench. It's sitting up off of its wheels. If I decide I don't want to work on it anymore tonight. But I think I'm going to prep this one now. So I got one whole side done. So I can just prep it, and as the week goes on, we can hopefully have it all done by the weekend, which is more than possible. But I'm also working on the course at the same time. Maybe a little course update is in order at the end of this. Just so I kind of like to show you guys a little peek of something. And then, you know, you get to see it when it's done. Compared to me just saying, hey, this is what it looked like. Can't lose anything if it's in the bed of the truck. And if you've never had one of these and you buy an HG 801, 802, 803, they're designed after the military Hemet. And for what they are, they're phenomenal. It's a real truck, made like a real truck. So if you don't get crazy with it, it does exactly what it should do. So JRIPPER, stand by. I'm just showing a little bit of the process I go through to answer questions. And with that, let's go over for a quick peek on the course and what have we done so far this week. So, boom, old part of the course. I cut a bit off of it, so it's level now. I don't know why I had that bit. This is, instead of just making a plain ramp, went a little crazy with the spray foam. And this is going to be the transition where you come through here and you're going to have to make that decision how you hit the ramp, because on the other side, we're going to do something here. Don't worry. When you come down this one, this part is narrower than the other part. So you're going to have to do your lines good so you don't fall off. Now, since it's basically a course for a race, kind of, sort of, I didn't get fancy back here. It's a big old swoosh, and I'm just laying out the course part, so we'll have all Everything will be raised here. We're going to have a big, big mountain in the middle. Don't have the answer to the other side, but we're going to do another part here that I just laid out. Then we're going to use some filler in here to make this a higher mountain. So it's movable. So we can set them up in different things depending on different things I want to do, not necessarily the race, but just to use it to drive around on this little dealio. And what we're going to do in the race part is, that's why I said we're going to do something on that ramp up top, because the white spots that are visible are going to be the out of bounds areas that you're going to lose points, time, however we set up this race. So there you go. We go from tire chains to course, back to tire chains. JRIPPER, I hope that works for you. Everyone else, do you have any of these tire chains? Do you use them? Let me know. Let's talk about them. Let me know what you use them for. And I will talk to you on the next one.